Good American Family ending explained. There are many kinds of justice. If you're looking for justice, especially the typical TV version of the concept, you're not going to get it from the finale of Good American Family. There are a few good men-style courtroom outbursts or triumphant, fist-pumping guilty verdicts. If you know the true story of Natalia Grace, you surely weren't expecting a happy ending. But Episode 8, Blood on Her Hands, still puts you through the ringer, highlighting the gross deficiencies of the American legal system and portraying the Barnetts, though undeniably Christine particularly, as true monsters. And yet what you come away with, ultimately, is a sense of triumph. Natalia's story has, after all, been told. The truth did eventually emerge. The Hulu series always boasted about providing a balanced perspective, but I'm not sure that's necessarily accurate. The first 4 episodes were a fake-out. Given everything we now know and how this dramatization ultimately shook out, the only 2 sides of this story are right and wrong. And we know where everyone stands. The penultimate episode ended with Natalia on the Dr. Phil show, and that's where the finale picks things up. She's 16 at the time, and Imogen Faith Reed has done an excellent job of aging up her performance. She's great throughout this episode, although you won't always be very fond of her. Most of the finale takes place 3 years after that appearance, in 2022, right on the cusp of Michael's trial, which is a key matter since if the charges against him don't stick, the charges against Christine won't either. Natalia is grown up, both in terms of her age and her demeanor. She still exhibits some characteristics that stem from her experiences, such as a near obsession with Christine's public appearances and the progression of the case, but mostly just wants to have her say and let the world know what happened to her. But that's easier said than done. A key theme here is the idea of there being 2 courts that need convincing, the court of law and the court of public opinion. The Barnetts, thanks to Christine's public work with children, control the second already. Natalia is relying on the former. The Barnetts are on the back foot, legally speaking. The more time elapses, the more damning the case becomes. Natalia has oodles of evidence and multiple witnesses prepared to testify on her behalf, many of them former acquaintances of Christine's whom she alienated for one reason or another. It seems like nobody is prepared to vouch for the Barnett family. Their situation is only exacerbated when, at Natalia's urging, the state subpoenas Christine and Michael's Facebook messages, which contain tons of damning exchanges, even cavalier use of the N-word. It's a major development just a day before the trial commences, leaving Christine and Michael's legal team to freestyle a viable counter-argument. But the general sentiment is very negative. As a result, Michael's lawyer, Terrence, privately floats a nuclear option to him. If he's found guilty, he may well be offered immunity to testify against Christine. The state wants her more than it wants him, since she's the more noteworthy public figure. But can Michael do it? Since Christine believes that if the charges against Michael are dropped, the ones levied at her won't stick either, so she knows that she needs to play the doting ex-wife to steer things in her favor. Before that, though, she tries to convince Val to perjure herself by claiming to have seen Natalia's various violent outbursts, which she never did. Christine then targets Michael, taking him home on the pretext of going over the Facebook documents together and then immediately gaslighting him and making sexual advances. It's also implied, though not confirmed, that she deliberately pretends the boys aren't home so that Michael runs into them, letting him buy into the family dynamic they once had. Because Michael's so spineless and needy, Christine can play him like a fiddle. Luckily, Terrence calls with even more bad news when the family is out to dinner. Natalia's birth mother back in Ukraine has come forward with information, including documents that prove Natalia was a child when the Barnetts adopted her. It's looking more and more likely that Michael will be found guilty, and thus more and more likely that Michael will have to testify against Christine. He confirms he will.